I could say something like, my God, it's been quite a few days, but I think at this point you guys get it. Hello everyone and welcome to Friday. So yesterday we did a test stream, which was important, and we had fairly good success getting things set up, but it wasn't the final setup because we didn't have the equipment ready because Mal was still painting. Today she finished that painting and we were able to actually set things up and get things basically finalized for how we're going to do them. It is later than I would care to admit, but that's generally how these things go. So now, I'm going to show you what exactly the setup is. The camera's in the same place, but instead of the ZS100, which was the breakfast room camera, it's the GH4, which is the camera Mal uses to paint. And then the very unusual thing is that the mic is here. And the fact that we had the equipment to even do this is wild, but we do. This is hooked up. It's the shotgun mic that Mal normally uses for, Mal makes episodes, but it's hooked up to a mic stand, and it's above us, and that's kind of cool. It's not how I envisioned this going, but honestly, the alternatives weren't as good. I tried them, and finally I was like, I'm going to give this a shot. And when it worked, I was like, I never expected this in a million years to work, so I'm just going to leave it be. Over here, we've got that monitor, turned sideways so we can see the chat a little bit better. Dan's going to have both the normal chat and the mod chat, in case the moderators need something that Dan can help with. He'll have that pulled up. He'll also be reading, obviously, the donations from the primary screen, and he'll also have access to the stream itself in case something needs to change. He'll be able to just hook up headphones into a jack and hear the mix of everything and adjust accordingly if he needs to. So if people are like, the game's really loud in this one, he can plug up and be like, oh, it is too loud, and adjust it. So that's good. That's not even what today's vlog is about, to be honest. Today's vlog is also about the fact that earlier we recorded mail. We had to do a September and October mail combined, and we opened up all the mail because there were GameCube games in there that we needed, for the event. And I am happy to report that we have every GameCube game except one. We are actually missing one GameCube game. Now, the likelihood of it being voted on at all, I'm going to say is basically zero. I don't think people know this game exists, the one that we're missing. And essentially, I do now have it, because after I realized that we were missing the one game, I went to eBay and I found it for cheap and I ordered it. I'm not going to tell you which one it is. I'm going to keep that a secret. When it arrives, I'll do a video about the complete GameCube collection and talk about that final game, but until then I'll keep it a secret. But every other game is here. Folks really came through. We were missing about 10, and those 10 came. I mean, minus the one that we're missing, but again, there's no way it's going to show up tomorrow, so I'm not too worried about it. And it's a really cool feeling, man. It really is, to have everything up on the shelf, and it feels very real to have those up there with the understanding that this event is taking place tomorrow. I am nervous. I talked about that yesterday, but I am nervous, but I'm still going to give it my best. I'm hoping that, the GameCube makes it through. I do have the Wii as a backup, in case the GameCube dies. We can hook up the Wii, and that's not, it'll play the GameCube game, so that's not a huge problem. And then the second level backup is the Wii U. I would really prefer not to do things that way. Even though it looks good, I was not able to get all of the games on the hard drive in time. So if we get into a position where we need to put a single game on there, I'll deal with it. But as far as like having the entire library of stuff on there, I couldn't do it in time. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I mean, fingers crossed things go well, but I mean, to be honest, these are discs. They're not carts. Carts are rugged. They're going to last forever. Discs are fickle. Some little tiny scratch, you drop the disc in a funny way, it screws it up. And if a cart it feels like you can clean, and you can resurface a disc, but if it gets hit in just the right way, you can't. So I'm hopeful that everything that we have is functional. Again, because the alternative is not great. But there's a lot of games and there's a lot of things that could go wrong. I'm just crossing my fingers that it doesn't, and that if something does, that I'll have the clarity to deal with the situation quickly and efficiently in a way that makes everyone happy. But I think I can probably do that. And again, it's a charity event. It's a charity event. People can't get too mad if something doesn't go quite right, because we're raising money for a children's hospital. So as long as you keep that in mind, I end up feeling a little bit more at ease, because it's like no one's going to come burn your house down. Everyone's going to be okay. So yeah, I'm ready for this event. I'm ready. It's been a few weeks now of just and I'm ready. All right, I'm gonna turn this stuff off and go to bed. And when I wake up in the morning, Dana will be here, and we're gonna do this thing. And it's gonna be a long day, but it's gonna be a fun day. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?